man dalhin ang kapalaran, iisang bayan lang sa puso mo'y laman. Pinagmulan at babalikan, konting tiis na lang, at hanggang sa araw na yan ay asal. Kami nandito lang, sabay na pakinggan ang mga kwento nyo. Isigaw natin sa mundo, bagong bayani namin kayo. Sipag at tapang nyo, hinialay sa mundo, sinasaludo namin kayo. Filipino, itaas ang noo, ipagmalaki mo ang galing nyo, isigaw sa mundo.
Magandang umaga po UK, magandang umaga sa Europa, magandang gabi Pilipinas at Middle East. Ako po si Rose Eclarinal at kayo po ay nakatutok sa special edition ng One U Konek, Bantay COVID-19 Lockdown. Ngayong hapon po, special episode po ito dahil pag-uusapan po natin ang pinakamalaking issue na kinakaharap ng Filipino community ngayon sa UK, ang pagkamatay po ng maraming bilang ng ating mga frontliner. Sasamahan pa rin po ako ni Jean Alcantara at ni Crystal Diaz. Magandang hapon sa inyong dalawa, Crystal and Jean.
Okay, magandang tanghali po sa mga taga-UK, magandang hapon sa mga taga-Europa, magandang gabi sa Pilipinas, at magandang umaga sa ibang panig ng mundo. Salamat po sa pag-join niyo sa amin ngayon. Pag-uusapan po natin ang maiinit na mga issues tungkol sa COVID-19 at epekto nito sa mga Pilipino.
Hello, my name is Crystal Diaz. I hope everyone is well, staying alert, social distancing, and stay tuned po ito ngayong Sunday sa ating kumustahang COVID-19 lockdown.
Yes, kumustahang COVID-19 lockdown. Tutok po kayo dahil katulad ng nabanggit ko sa inyo, tatalakayin natin ang mainit na issue na kinakaharap po ng ating mga frontliner dito sa United Kingdom. Katulad po ng ginagawa namin kada linggo, ay nagbibigay-pugay po tayo sa ating mga frontliner. Ang una po nating bibigyang pugay ay ang nurse na si Lailani Midel. Filipino nurse Lailani Midel. She died of COVID-19 on April 19 at Princess of Wales Hospital in Bridgend, South Wales, where she also worked. She left behind a 14-year-old daughter who was temporarily with a foster carer arranged by Bridgend Children's Social Care Department, as Lailani's husband, Johnny, was still in critical care. Johnny is also a medical worker. He battled the same disease. Ngayon, he is out of the woods. Nakalabas na po sa ospital at kasama na ang anak. The Midel couple left for the UK in 2003 and settled in Wales, where they worked in the medical field. Sa panayam ko kay Noel Ositeo, ang kapatid ni Lailani Midel, sabi niya, huli nilang nakausap si Lailani noong March 28 at nakiusap ito sa kanya na huwag sabihin sa kanilang tatay na siya ay positibo sa COVID-19. Nag-aalala siya dahil baka masyado itong damdamin ng kanilang ama dahil ang kanilang ina ay kamamatay rin lang. Matapos ang 3 araw, si Lailani, she stopped communicating with the family because she was rushed to the ICU of the hospital. Sabi pa ni Noel Ositeo, nang umalis sa Pilipinas ang kanilang kapatid, hindi na ito nakabalik sa Santiago, Isabela, dahil sila na lang ang pumupunta sa Davao kung saan doon nakatira ang asawa ni Lailani. Ositeo's father said that he wanted to bring home to the Philippines the ashes of Lailani. Lailani was born in Isabela. She was raised in Isabela. She also studied nursing at a local university there. Lailani Midel was a frontliner. She died of COVID-19 at age 41. Sumasaludo kami sa iyo, Lailani Midel, at sa iyong pamilya. May you rest in peace. So, Crystal, we are also honoring another frontliner na sa kabuting palad naman po ay nakasurvive sa COVID-19. Tell us about our second frontliner hero.
Our second frontliner hero, his name is Cesar Velasco. I tell you, this is a powerful story of determination, courage, and hope. You will recall a few weeks ago, we put up some pictures of him outside the main reception of the hospital where he works. That's Medway Hospital in Gillingham. So as you can see there, he was celebrating his 45th birthday, and he's accompanied by nurses, doctors. As you can see, they tried everything to make sure that he's safe and protected. He saw his family, his wife, and his young children together with close friends, just to make it a memorable one. So, nandiyan po, ay nakita niyo yung pamilya niya, wife and children. And that was actually a very popular upload natin because, as you can see, he is a fighter. Now, yesterday, good news indeed, he came out of the hospital. He left the hospital now. After being 69 days at the hospital, he contracted COVID-19 while he was working. There you are. So there he is, Cesar Velasco. He's in a wheelchair and his wife is pushing him out. And as you can see, loads of nurses, colleagues, staff at the Maritime Hospital saluting him, clapping for him because he made it. He's one of the success stories, as you can see there. And he was crying. He was crying. It was tears of joy. So he actually survived this virus. As you can see, he's on his way home. Everyone is crying. I think his wife is crying there. They're so supportive, everyone at the hospital, they really rallied up and gave him a good salute. Hopefully he will fully recover in the next few weeks.
Yes.
So he's at home now with his family and friends.
Yes. That was a beautiful gesture, Crystal, no? Yung nilabas siya sa ICU, sa kanyang room sa hospital para makita niya yung pamilya niya, mga kaibigan na nag-aabang sa kanya sa labas ng ospital dahil syempre hindi sila pwedeng makadalaw at hindi sila pwedeng makapasok sa ospital. So mabuhay ka, Cesar Velasco. Good job for fighting it out.
Yes. Oh my God, we were praying for him and he pulled through. So well done to you.
Yes. And then we have another nurse, Jean. Sino naman yung nurse na bibigyang pugay natin ngayong hapon?
Okay, so natutuwa po akong ibahagi sa inyo ang mensahe naman ng isa nating active na frontliner na si Jovi Wallace. Matagal na po siya dito sa UK. Yung anak po niya ay isang singer at meron po siyang ibinalita na isa sa kanyang inalagaan na yung pala judge na writer, nung gumaling, binigyan siya ng isang tula. So, gusto ko lamang pong basahin dahil siyempre nakakatuwa ito.
Okay.
Dear Jovi came across the world from Manila's millions and Ayrshire's lands to care for us 15 floors high above the roar of Fulham's fence. We know she'll still be here if we need her help again to make our lives easier and ease our daily pain. Hidden away above the clouds of Hammersmith's escape route, she toils to give us our own time for when to take the parachute and jump out gently home. Love, James. So, ayan po ay isang tula na ginawa nung pasyente habang ginagamot nila. At sabi ni Joby, siyempre naantig naman yung kalooban niya kasi yun na nga, naghihirap na yung tao. Gumawa pa ng tulang ganon to show their appreciation sa ginagawa ng ating mga frontliners. So mabuhay ka, Joby, at ang mga kasama natin sa larangan mo.
Okay. Nakakataba naman talaga ng puso, Jean, yung mga ginagawa ng kababayan natin. At even yung mga Briton na natulungan nilang gumaling, ano? So, heartwarming. So, ipagpatuloy po natin ang laban sa COVID-19. So, katulad ng nabanggit namin ngayong hapon, mainit ang ating talakayan. Higit 50 frontliner na po na nagtatrabaho sa NHS o National Health Service at social care ang namatay dahil sa COVID-19. Susubukan nating himayin ang ilan sa mga dahilan at problema na kinakaharap nga ng Filipino community dito sa United Kingdom. Pagputok ng pandemya noong Marso, ang mga problema na binanggit sa atin ay kakulangan ng PPE. Ilan lang ito at hindi kahandaan ng mga ospital dito sa UK. Pero ang tanong ng marami, sino ba naman o ano ba namang ospital ang handa? Dahil nagulat ang buong mundo sa mabilis na pagkalat ng COVID-19 at naging epicenter nga ang Europa ng novel coronavirus disease. Ngayong hapon ay mapapakinggan po natin ang kwento ni Ruby, isang nurse sa private care home, at ibabahagi niya sa atin ang isa sa mga malalim na problema na kinaharap niya at ng iba pang Filipino nurses dito sa UK. Hindi po natin siya, hindi natin ibibigay ang buong pangalan niya. Ang Ruby po na ito ay kanyang alias lamang dahil pinoproteksyon na natin ang kanyang pamilya at syempre ang kanyang trabaho rin. So, si Ruby ay kasama doon sa nag-shield or shielding. Ano ba yung shielding na ito na tinatawag, Jean?
Okay, so shield is in Filipino kalasag. Mm-hmm. So ibig sabihin nito, pinoprotektahan ang mga vulnerable na mga kababayan nating puti, no? Hindi Pinoy, generally. So they're shielding anyone who has had cancer, who has had immunosuppression conditions, maski yung mga buntis, okay, yung mga basta meron po kayong tinatawag na underlying health condition. Ang suggestion po ng gobyerno ay kailangan kayo especially ay hindi lang po isolation, kung hindi extreme isolation. So ang isang nag-shield ay hindi pwedeng umalis ng kanilang bahay. Hindi kayo pwede lumabas. At kung maaari, maski po yung mga kasama nyo sa bahay, ay kailangan minimal yung contact ninyo sa kanila. Okay? Ngayon, kung meron po mga tao, kailangan social distancing ay mahigpit ninyong gagawin. Maski sa mga members nga ng family, huwag kayong a-attend ng mga gatherings, huwag po kayo muna mag-shopping o magta-travel. At kung may magdi-deliver sa bahay ninyo, kailangan po iwan lang nila sa labas. Ang contact na gagamitin ninyo, yung mga nag-shielding, ay telepono, internet, etc. Ngayon, kung talaga pong tatamaan kayo ng COVID, pagtawag ninyo sa 999 for the ambulance, kailangan po paliwanag nyo agad na kayo ay nag-shielding dahil meron kayong underlying health condition, para po alam agad nila kung ano ang gagawin. Rose.
Okay, so Jean, ang ating panauhin na si Ruby ay nag-shielding dahil meron po siyang leukemia. At siya ay frontliner nurse. So ibig sabihin, dahil sa kanyang karamdaman na ito, ay hindi siya pwedeng pumasok sa trabaho. Papatiin muna natin si Ruby. Good afternoon, Ruby. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon everyone po.
Okay. At ang susunod po nating guest ay ipapakilala naman ni Crystal. Go ahead, Crystal.
Well, he's very popular po sa Philippine Embassy. I'd like to introduce to you Consul Senen Mangalile. He basically is going to talk about the issues on behalf of the Philippine Embassy in London, already raised with the FCO, the Foreign Commonwealth Office. Hello
Okay.
po, Consul Senen.
Hello, magandang hapon sa mga taga-subaybay ng Juan EU Konek. And I would like to greet everyone very happy Philippine Migrant Workers Day, which is being celebrated today.
Okay. Oo nga, Conjen, thank you for joining us today. Alam ko ay magiging kasama pa kayo o kabahagi nitong programa ng Embassy mamaya. Kaya po, inagahan namin yung show namin, ginawa namin siyang 12 noon para po hindi kami bumangga doon sa celebration ng Migrants Day na pinangungunahan ng Polo OWA. So good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us. Ruby and Conjen, ang tatalakayin natin ngayon, ito nga pong malaking issue, mainit na issue kung bakit maraming mga kababayan natin na kasawiang palad ay tinamaan po ng COVID-19 at mahigit 50 na ang namamatay. So, Ruby, nakikinig si Conjen sa atin ngayon. Can you give us an overview? Ano ba yung naging problema mo nung magsimula kayo ng shielding?
Alam ko na po dati na before I started working, I supposed to be shielding, but I received the letter from the NHS late already. So, nung na-receive ko siya, I was actually isolating na po the time because yung husband ko po nagkaroon ng manifestations ng COVID-19 at na-test siya on the weekend and then it was tested positive. But I received the letter na naka-isolate na po ako that it advises me to isolate for 12 weeks. So the problem was, nung nilapit ko siya sa employer ko through the HR, if they can furlough me because I've read the guidelines na pwedeng ma-furlough yung mga shielding. Unfortunately, yung sinabi ng employer ko is, I do not qualify dahil sa start date and the RTI submission. So that was the problem started na since I'm shielding for 12 weeks, I will be receiving only statutory sick pay, which is around £95 a week. So I did not stop. I actually asked them if they can do something for me, like if they can give me alternatives or if they offer any help, because it wasn't my choice to be isolated because I have a health condition. Kaya lang, wala pong nangyari sa employer ko. So I asked for someone's help and then my friend linked me to Mr. Francis Fernando. Siya po yung nagtutulong sa amin sa mga nasa social care, mga grupo ko po na may sariling concern. And then, nalink niya po ako sa RCN. So I asked advice from RCN. I also asked advice from ACAS and HMRC. I asked for my case if wala ba talagang pag-asa na ma-furlough ako kasi 3 months is a very long time to shield and I only received statutory sick pay. Kaya po, I did my part. I asked for help from any foundation that could help me financially.
Okay. Ruby, doon sa nabanggit mo sa akin sa pre-interview ko sa'yo, sinabi mo na parang nakaramdam ka ng konting harassment kasi pinipilit ka nila na parang napipilitan kang pumasok dahil nga hindi maibigay sa'yo yung sweldo na gusto mo, na hinihiling mo. Tama ba?
Parang it's a subtle way of harassing lang po. Although it was informally discussed with me before po ako nag-shield, tinanong ko yung home manager ko what if I decide to work kahit na may shielding letter ako from NHS, kasi apparently kung mag-shield ako, £95 a week lang yung marireceive ko, which is totally unacceptable. Ang liit-liit po kumpara sa sweldo namin. Tapos yun ang sinabi ng manager, if you decide to work, despite of your shielding letter, you have to sign a waiver. Pero pero that time po, wala pa po ako nung shielding letter from NHS. Na-discuss ko lang po siya. Kasi pag iniisip ko, kung mag-shield ako ng 12 weeks, ang liit-liit po na matatanggap ko from my employer po. Pero nang time na na-receive ko na po yung letter from the NHS, I asked them again, what if I decide to go back to work? Kasi nga sa SSP lang yung matatanggap ko. Sabi naman ng manager ko, well, you have to take care of your health. So parang binawi po nila. Parang natakot po sila na mapahamak.
I see. Okay. Skonjen, ang tanong ko po dito, sir, ito pong binabanggit na problema po ni Ruby, iyan po ba ay nailapit na po natin sa gobyerno ng UK or isa po ba ito sa mga na pag-usapan doon sa mga nung panahon na ina-analyze o ay hinihimay din ng embahada kung ano yung mga problemang kinakaharap ng mga kababayan natin na nasa frontline?
Well, una po sa lahat ay hayaan nyo ikwento ko muna yung mga unang linggo ng pagharap ng United Kingdom sa problema ang dala ng COVID. No? So tayo po ay sinabihan na mag-lockdown, mag-work from home and everyone. And then nag-uumpisang umakyat yung bilang ng mga nagkakasakit. Sa simula pa lang po ay napansin na namin na marami sa mga kasama natin na Pilipinong nagtatrabaho dito sa United Kingdom sa healthcare sector ang nagkakasakit kasi we are getting reports from directly from emails informing us and also from social media. We have been analyzing the trends of posts and people who have been affected. At napansin na po natin na mayroong malaking bilang, a very high percentage ng mga kaso ay yung mga mismong nasa front lines, yung mismo mga nagtatrabaho sa healthcare. So, sumunod po diyan yung pagtatanong namin na bakit ganyan ang trend, bakit sila yung tinatamaan. The very people who are supposed to be taking care of the sick are the ones becoming sick. And doon po pumasok na yung mga email sa amin na nagsasabing mayroong mga pagkukulang sa PPE, mayroong mga hindi naman sila komportable na ilagay sa mga wards na hindi nila kinakasanayang pasukan pero they are being redeployed. And then merong mga nagsasabi na pagka meron silang symptoms, ang sinasabi lang sa kanila is stay at home and take care of yourself. So lahat po na yan ay dinala natin officially to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office in the most formal way possible using a note verbal. So sa diplomatic parlance, yun po yung pinaka formal na paraan ng pakikipag-usap sa isang kapwa gobyerno. And they replied to us after maybe 2 weeks. Siguro ipinarating nila yung hinaing natin and then kumuha naman sila ng feedback and that is what we got in return. Ang sagot po nila is number 1, yung sa PPE, they are ensuring that there is constant and steady supply of PPEs. Pero yung pamimigay sa mga nasa front lines ay depende sa clinical need and the clinical assessment of companies. So meaning to say, kung ang isang nurse ay naka-deploy sa, let's say, sa ward ng mga bata na may asthma, pero wala namang COVID case, hindi siya bibigyan ng full PPE. Pero kung siya ay naka-deploy doon sa lugar na talagang, let's say, ITU, where COVID cases are being taken care of, doon sila bibigyan ng full PPE. Ang hiling lang po natin ay sana ito ay totoo sa lahat ng ospital kung saan nandoon ang mga Pilipino. Sapagkat minsan, doon sa malalaking ospital, sinasabi nila, okay kami dito, wala kaming problema sa PPE. doon sa mga nasa malalayong lugar, hindi natin alam kung umaabot sa kanila yung supply. That is why it was one of the things that the Philippine Embassy and the Philippine Overseas Labor Office have been monitoring throughout hanggang ngayon po. At nakatanggap din po kami ng mga emails from nurses na sila ay meron ng sintomas and they were only being told to stay at home. So we asked the UK government, why is that the practice? At yun ang sinabi po nila sa atin na mayroon silang triage policy. So you are only brought to the hospital if you really need hospital care. Otherwise, stay at home. It might be best for you na hindi ka mahahawa dun sa ibang nasa ospital. At the same time, you do not overburden the system. So, ang inaalala lang po natin is, what about yung mga tao na too sick na, too ill to get assistance? And yun po ay siguro isa sa mga lessons na dapat makarating sa NHS at sa Department of Health nila para sa susunod na mga ganitong kaso ay maging mas handa sila at mas mainam ang kanilang pagtugon.
Yes, okay. Jean and Crystal, do you have any questions for Ruby and for Conjen?
Yeah. Well, una muna kay salamat Conjen, but let me ask Ruby muna. So Ruby, yung issue na sinasabi mo, in-explore mo ba also kung allowed ka mag-claim ng universal credit,
Yes,
benefits and so on?
I did po, pero hindi pa po kasi qualify sa universal credit pag hindi pa po yata resident or tawag dyan,
okay.
British.
So, pag hindi ka pa resident, tama ang sinabi mo, hindi ka allowed mag-avail ng public funds.
Yes po.
Sorry, carry on.
Kaya ang ginawa ko po, I asked po sa union namin, sa RCN, kung ano mga options. Kaya, kasi tinanong ko talaga if totoo ba yung hindi talaga ako papasok sa coronavirus job retention scheme. So based on sa guidelines po, hindi po talaga. Kasi sa nakalagay dun sa guidelines, dapat ang RTI submission should be on or before March 19. Unfortunately, sa case ko, pinasa nila ng after the due date. So hindi po ako na-qualify. So ang nagtumulong lang po sa akin itong RCN, nilink niya po ako sa Consul Nurses Trust as well as our Foundation. So they are the one helping nagbigay po sila ng financial assistance. That is a very big help po.
Sige, and then so on din narinig niyo naman yung kwento ni Ruby. Alam ko nagbibigay ng assistance ang embahada sa mga kababayan nating apektado. So ano po ba yung mga alam ko nagbibigay na sila over the past 2-3 months, no? Pero meron pa po ba sila mga maaasahan tulong mula sa embassy?
Yung una po sa lahat na isang tulong na ipinapaabot natin is sa pagkakataong nakakatanggap tayo ng mga reklamo from our workers, ay kaagad po na sumusulat ang embahada sa employer, sa agency sa Pilipinas, at saka dun sa hospital or NHS trust na pinagtatrabahuhan nila. Shotgun approach po yan para kaagad ay makarating sa kanila yung hinaing or yung kalagayan ng ating mga manggagawa. Pangalawa po ay sa tulong ng ipinasang Bayanihan Act ng ating Kongreso at paglalabas ng pondo ng ating gobyerno, ang Philippine Overseas Labor Office na sa London ay nagsimulang mamigay ng ayuda sa kapwa Pilipino. So yung AKAP na tinatawag. At yun po ay it's a one-time payment of $200 and or its equivalent in pounds, no? Na ibinibigay po sa mga OWA members at saka kahit na hindi pa OWA member pero may potential na maging OWA member, yan po ay sila po ay binigyan ng polo OWA ng $200 or its equivalent in pounds. At the same time, mayroon naman po tayo sa embahada na assistance to nationals program din dun sa mga hindi naman kumbaga workers na regular ang kanilang kalagayan dito sa United Kingdom. At yung iba po ay natulungan nating maipauwi yung labi ng kanilang nasawing kamag-anak. Yung iba ay binigyan natin ng legal assistance sa pagharap nila sa kanilang mga kaso dito sa United Kingdom. At the same time, tuloy-tuloy po yung pagtulong natin sa pamamagitan ng email correspondence. At mula po nung kalahatian ng March hanggang sa end ng May, lampas 2,000 emails po ang ating natanggap at sinagot. At lahat na yan ay may kinalaman sa mga kababayan natin na may mga consular requests or consular assistance issues na dulot ng COVID-19. So, sa ngayon po ay patuloy pa rin ang pamimigay ng Polo London ng AKAP dun sa mga qualified kasi po meron silang mga requirements na hinihingi at once mag-qualify ang isang manggagawang Pilipino, and then ibinibigay po sa kanya yung $200 one-time assistance na ayuda sa ating mga manggagawang nasa ibang bansa.
Rose?
Sir, nabanggit niyo po yung tulong na binigay doon sa mga frontliner, pagpapauwi ng katawan, na isa rin po sa naging inilapit po sa amin, yung po mga frontliners natin na katulad po ni Lailani Medel at si Don Di Sotelo na namatay po dito sa United Kingdom ay gustong iuwi ng pamilya nila sa Pilipinas ang kanilang ashes o abo. Ano po ang update natin dito, sir? Meron na po bang schedule, or kasi hindi namin nalaman kung ang alam ko lang na-cremate na yung iba nating kababayan?
Well, ang una po dyan ay mabilis talagang kumilos dito yung mga funeral directors. I think it's part of the concern of their capacity, at the same time to ensure yung public health, no? So karamihan po sa mga naging biktima ng COVID na nasawi ay kine-cremate agad. At sa palagay ko rin po yun ang mas mainam na paraan ng pag-uuwi ng labi ng ating mga kababayang nasawi sapagkat mas straightforward or mas madali ang pagpasok nito sa Pilipinas. Una po sa lahat yung pag-uuwi po ng labi ng ating mga kababayan, COVID or no COVID, ay mayroong mga requirements na dokumento at kailangan pong dumaan sa embahada para kumuha ng consular mortuary certificate. Ang nag-aasikaso po niyan ay yung mga funeral directors na kasama yan sa serbisyo na kanilang ibinibigay sa mga inaasistihan nilang pamilya. At once na ang funeral directors po ay nagbigay na sa amin ng kopya ng death certificate at saka yung embalming or cremation certificate, whichever the case may be, at saka yung free from infection certificate dun sa mga non-COVID cases, binibigyan po ini-issuehan po namin sila ng consular mortuary certificate na siya namang ipapakita nila sa Pilipinas pagdating ng labi ng mga nasawi doon. Doon sa particular cases po, halimbawa kay Lailani Medel, totoo po na nakatanggap kami ng request sa kanilang mula sa kanyang kapatid na gusto po nilang ipauwi yung ashes nung kanilang kapamilya na si Lailani Medel. Pero ang embahada po ay sumagot na sandali muna dahil hintayin natin kung ano naman ang desisyon ng asawa, because between a sibling and a husband, ang mas mamamayani po ay yung immediate family, wishes ng immediate family. At noong pong panahon na yon ay may sakit din yung asawa ni Lailani. At hinintay po namin na siya ay makarecover at malaman yung kanyang sariling wishes kung gusto talaga niyang ipauwi sa Pilipinas yung remains ng kanyang asawa. Sa pagkakaalam ko po, gusto po nung asawa ni Leilani na dito muna manatili yung ashes ng kanyang kabiyak. So hindi po natin pwedeng i-override ang wish ng immediate members of the family. Pero dun sa mga ibang kaso po ng mga kababayan natin na nasawi at hinihintay na ng kanilang kapamilya yung kanilang labi na maipawi sa Pilipinas. Tuloy-tuloy po yung pag-aasikaso natin kahit na po sarado ang embahada, ay tuloy na pumapasok yung ating mga personnel para i-process yung consular mortuary certificate and other documents na kakailanganin para maipauwi yung mga labi ng ating mga kababayang binawian ng buhay dahil sa COVID-19.
Sir, what about yung sa problema po ni Ruby? Ano po yung assistance na pwede nating ibigay sa kanya?
Well, si Ruby palagay ko ay nagko-qualify doon sa AKAP, yung one-time assistance na $200. At kung titingnan ni Ruby yung web post ng embahada at saka yung Facebook pages ng embassy and as well as the Polo London, nandun po yung listahan ng mga requirements, and all it takes is for Ruby to send us an email, send Polo London an email together with the documents, and I'm sure na siya po ay makakatanggap ng kaukulang ayuda galing sa ating pamahalaan.
Rose, nakita ko lang sa isang comment from JJ Jimenez na Filipino Unite have also provided support and assistance to Leilani's family. So we thank them for that, no. But then my question related to Ruby's situation is a general one and possibly for the future. So how do we prepare our workers who are coming to the UK and elsewhere na ganito ang sitwasyon nila, na pagka may nangyari pala, hindi sila pwedeng asikasuhin ng mga employers in terms of their financial situation and so on. So ano pong pwede nating gawin para sa Pilipinas pa lang nakalagay na dapat sa kontrata na meron silang protection?
Alam mo, Jean, ang isa sa nakikita nating gap na pwede nating kumbaga lagyan ng kaukulang mekanismo para maitama ay merong iba-ibang streams ng pagpupunta ng migrant workers dito sa United Kingdom. Una, yung normal na dumadaan sa POEA process, no? So yan ay meron silang verified contract bago pa sila umalis ng bansa. And then bago sila umalis ng bansa, ang POEA at ang OWA ay nagsasagawa ng pre-departure orientation seminars. Na yun ang nagpapaliwanag sa kanila ano ba yung dapat mong i-expect at ano ba yung mga karapatan mo bilang manggagawang Pilipino na ginagarantiyahan ng iyong employer sa bansang pupuntahan mo at ng iyong agency sa Pilipinas. So karamihan po dun sa mga nade-deploy na workers using that system, yung POEA deployment system, wala po silang maaasahang masyadong maging problema sapagkat kung hindi man sila bayaran or saluhin ng kanilang employer sa bansang kanilang pupuntahan, ang hahabulin ng POEA ay ang agency na nag-deploy sa kanila because they are solidarily liable. So ibig sabihin yung garantiya ng employer dun sa manggagawa ay ginagarantiyahan din ng agency na nag-deploy sa Pilipinas. So kung tumakbo yung employer, yung agency ang hahabulin natin, and they have a mechanism to ensure that the agency in the Philippines has the appropriate funds to cover any eventualities. Ang isang naging problema po natin ay yung mga nanggagaling sa third countries. So, manggagawang Pilipino, pero pumasok sa UK through, say, the Middle East or Hong Kong or Singapore. Tapos, dito na nanatili at saka humanap ng hanap buhay dito. So, hindi po siya napoprotektahan ng sistema ng POEA sapagkat walang agency na nag-deploy sa kanya. So it's a matter of him or her insisting on his rights as a worker under the UK employment law. So kailangan po na alam niya yung kanilang karapatan kung sila ay legal na naririto upang magtrabaho. Ganyan din po yung sitwasyon ng mga dinala dito ng kanilang kapamilya na na-deploy using the POEA system. Halimbawa, nurse, pumunta dito yung nurse using the POEA system. Tapos nagkaroon na ng residency and then dinala yung pamilya and then yung pamilya nakahanap ng trabaho dito. Hindi naman sila dumaan doon sa agency system. Kaya wala tayong hahabuling agency. It is now up to them to ensure that their rights are being respected. At isa po sa pinakamabisang paraan to ensure that is to be a member of a labor union. Sapagkat there is always strength in numbers, no? At pangatlo po at pinaka-importante, ito po ay para sa lahat ng manggagawang Pilipino na naririto sa anumang paraan na nakarating dito, legal man o hindi, ay magmiyembro po kayo ng OWA, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. Sapagkat yan po ang magbibigay sa inyo ng benepisyo sa mga alanganing pagkakataon. Aksidente kayo, nawalan kayo ng trabaho, nasawi ang manggagawa, then mayroon pong kaukulang tulong na nasa sistema na ng ating pamahalaan. All it takes is to be a member of OWA. Ngayon, yung mga na-deploy po galing sa Pilipinas, alam po nila member na sila ng OWA kasi dumaan sila sa POEA system. But that membership is only good for 2 years. After 2 years, kailangan mong i-renew yung iyong membership for another 2 years and so on. So yung mga matagal na po dito, tapos naging residente na, pwede po kayong mag-member ng OWA. Huwag niyo pong kaligtaan na i-renew ang inyong membership. And I think they only charge 12 pounds or 20 pounds for 2 years, which is parang ano lang po yun, no? Parang bumili lang kayo ng load sa inyong Apple account, no? Kaya for a little sum of money, kaya lang po hindi nakakarating yung impormasyon sa iba eh. So, kung kayo po ay member ng OWA, yung AKAP, ano kaagad yun? Automatic yun. Kung konti na lang yung requirements sa inyo because you are active members. And I think this is a good day as more than any to remind that because OWA is part of the system that protects migrant workers at ngayon po ay pinagdidiwang natin ang Philippine Migrant Workers Day. It's the best day to spread the word. Now, membership in OWA is a good thing for workers for any eventuality that may occur.
Okay. Ruby, sana member ka din ng OWA, no, Ruby?
Hindi pa po kasi po na-mention po pumasok po ako dito as dependent visa. So nakahanap ako ng employer, nandito na po ako sa UK. Pero yung asawa ko po member po.
Okay. So hindi pa huli, pwede ka pa rin mag-member. Tama ba, Sir Conjen?
Tamang-tama, Ruby. Hintayin ka na namin. Bukas na ang embahada sa Lunes. Bukas.
Okay, magbubukas ang embahada. Sir, bago yan, batiin muna natin yung mga nakatutok sa One U Konek. Junjun Medran, lubusan kami nakikiramay sa lahat ng mga kababayan nating nurse na nasawi sa COVID-19. Junjun Medran, Nurse of the Year din po ito many years back. At kaibigan natin. Syempre nakatutok ang ating associate producer, Jay Montelibano MacLeod. Salamat, Jay, sa mga comments mo dyan, sa pagpa-follow up mo. At meron pa rin tayong kasama dito, Sky Athena. Filipino Unite was formed to enlighten and and sa response to the pandemic. And then Axe Corner, ito kaibigan po natin ito, taga Russia. Hey Jack, I'm here. John Belmonte, pinopromote po nila ang Filipino Unite. Ito po ang grupo o ang samahan para nga po doon sa mga suliranin o problema ng mga Pinoy na frontliners na umaharap po ng challenges ngayong pandemic. Ayan po, yan ang mga kababayan natin na nagko-comment ngayon. And sino pa ang nakaligtaan natin? Meron ba? Baka magtampo? Neil Medina is watching. Crystal, what about your fans from Kent?
Yes. Well, I'd like to say hello to my family there, Johnny Celestino, Carmen Hickey here in the UK, in Kent. All the nurses, by the way, who are supporting, Cesar Velasco from Medway Hospital, Maritime Medway Hospital in Gillingham. So, hello sa inyo lahat. I hope you're keeping well.
Okay. And then we have our stringer ng TFC, si Bong Agustines, na nag-guest din sa atin dito sa One Konek. Hi Bong, salamat. Kasama rin po natin si Dan Revelo, ang ating kaibigan na si Dan. Salamat Dan, pati yung mga comment mo sa ating group chat. Thank you. Mark Norman Maka. Hi, thank you for watching. At sa lahat po sa inyo na nakatutok ngayon sa One You Connect, thank you. Mag-message po kayo sa amin dahil sa pangalawang bahagi po ng ating programa, marami pa po tayong tatalakayin.
I think there's LB Cheng from Belgium. She's from Belgium. She's also following us.
Okay.
And Rose, dagdag ko lang batiin natin si Ed David. Ed David is one of, I think probably the only Filipino head teacher of a school, and I think we need to bring him to one of our discussions dahil alam niya lahat ng nangyayari sa educational side naman.
Talaga? Si Ed David, pero may nakilala tayo na naging head teacher na Filipino. She was awarded sa FWN, Crystal, last 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, Miss Ellen Sampson.
Ellen Sampson, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So may dalawang, at least may
Filipinos
dalawang.
are doing great.
Ha?
Filipinos, so they're doing great sa education system natin.
That's right. And then Princess Charmaine Mansion, watching from Bristol. Maraming salamat. Marilyn Thompson, nanunood din. At ang mga kaibigan natin na nag-tune in ngayon lang, salamat sa inyong pagtutok. Huwag po kayong bibitaw dahil may talakayan pa po tayo mamaya. Makakasama natin isang veteranong nurse naman. Sir, you mentioned the opening of the embassy. Binabantayan ng lahat dahil nagluluwag na nga po yung lockdown dito sa UK. So finally, we can announce that the embassy is opening on Monday. Ano po yung mga dapat tandaan ng mga kababayan natin na may appointment sa embassy? Ano po yung mga pagbabago na ipapatupad dahil po sa pandemic?
Salamat Rose sa pagkakataon. Ang una nating paalala sa lahat ng mga nangangailangan ng serbisyo ng embahada ay number 1, mag-book po kayo ng appointment. Ito po ay sa dahilang lilimitahan po natin ang bilang ng mga tao na papapasukin sa aming public area. You've been to the embassy and I'm sure you would agree with me that the space there is not ideal for a physical distancing scenario. So sa loob po ng public area kung saan dati maraming silya na nakahilera, ay ngayon po mayroon lamang 7 because we maintained 2-meter distance between seats. So lahat po ng silya na yan ay puno. Ang mga aplikante na may booking ay maghihintay muna sa labas. So please make sure, do not go to the embassy if you do not have a booking because it will only add to the pressure of those who are outside. Pangalawa po, yung mga pupunta sa embahada na may appointment ay kailangan po mag-suot kayo ng mask para po sa inyo na ring proteksyon. Pangatlo, kung maaari nyo po sanang huwag na munang isama yung inyong boyfriend kung kayo magre-renew ng passport. Hindi naman po ang kailangan ng pirma niya sa passport application ninyo. No? Kaya wala po munang escort, wala po munang barkada na manunood habang ikaw ay kinukuhanan ng biometrics para sa inyong passport. And panghuli, ang ating pong paraan ng pagkolekta ng dokumento ay sa pamamagitan ng post. So you have to bring your self-addressed stamped envelope with you so that when your passport arrives, we will post it to you. We will not let people in to collect their passports because that would violate the physical distancing measures that we are imposing. Ang mga staff po natin sa embahada mula bukas ay magsusuot ng face shield, face mask, at mayroon po silang mga sanitary wipes pang disinfect ng mga gagamitin sa pagre-renew ng passport. So we are doing what we can to ensure that the place and the equipment are safe both for our applicants and for our staff. And so we ask for your kind consideration and cooperation. No? Before going to the embassy, siguraduhin po muna kompleto ang inyong mga requirements. Pag sinabing yung isang dokumento ay kailangan ng 2 photocopy, tapos yung passport kailangan ng isa pang photocopy, ibig sabihin 3. Hindi isa lang yung dala nyo at sasabihin nyo, ayan na, may photocopy na diyang isa. At wala pong photocopier sa embahada. So make sure that you have downloaded the requirements at saka bago kayo pumunta sa embassy ay handa na ang lahat. If you do that, your stay in the embassy will not be more than 15 minutes in the processing and maybe another 5 or 10 minutes in the biometrics capture area. And then you will be out of the embassy in no time. Nagtatagal lamang po kasi merong mga pumupunta na hindi kompleto or hindi tama yung dalang requirement. And so, pagdating ninyo sa embahada, ang inyong unang maaasahan mula bukas ay sa pinto pa lang, checkin na ang inyong dokumento at kung hindi kompleto, we will ask you to come back at another time. Pero kung kompleto naman, then we will let you in at the time you are booked to be at the embassy. Ang ating pong public hours will start at 10:30 in the morning hanggang 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The reason being, we would like our staff na pumupunta po sa embahada using the public transportation system in London to be safe naman from the rush hour crunch. Para rin po sa inyong kapakanan yan sapagkat kung ang aming mga staff ang magkasakit, baka sila ay makahawa sa inyo or baka naman maapektuhan kami lahat at magsaradong muli ang embahada. So, thank you for your cooperation in advance. No? At sana po ay kung meron kayong iba katanungan at ibang mga requests, ay mag-email po kayo sa amin using our official email address, londonpe@dfa.gov.ph.
Okay, sir. Salamat po sa detalyado na impormasyon na binigay ninyo sa amin. So mga kababayan, ang tatandaan po ninyo, hindi kayo papapasukin sa embahada kung wala po kayong mask, face mask. At saka, ito po, naobserbahan ko rin ito nung pag pumupunta ako sa embassy. Marami pong nagpupunta doon na tama yung sinabi ni Conjen. Wala pong Xerox copy or photocopy yung mga documents. So tandaan po ninyo, maaabala yung application po ninyo kung wala po ito, kung wala pong photocopy. So bago kayo magpunta ng embahada, kailangan siguro ihanda nyo talaga yung mga dokumento ninyo. So there you go. I think we have to segue to our next segment. Maraming salamat, Conjen, sa panahon na ibinigay po ninyo sa amin. Alam ko, itong Sunday is a precious time for your family. Tapos meron pang celebration ang Polo OWA. Thank you for joining us at marami pong impormasyon na nakuha sa inyo ang ating mga kababayan.
Thank you, Conjen.
Thank you, Conjen.
Salamat at gusto ko lang sanang bago magpaalam ay batiin ang lahat ng manggagawang Pilipino, lalo na yung mga frontliners napakataas po ng pagtingin ng buong United Kingdom, hindi lamang yung kanilang pamahalaan, kundi mga tao mismong napagsilbihan ng mga Pilipino. Napakataas po ng pagtingin nila sa manggagawang Pilipino. And that's all because of you. We are very proud of you. We at the embassy salute you and honor you as the best representatives of the Philippines in this part of the world.
Salamat po, Consul General Senen Mangalile ng Philippine Embassy dito po sa United Kingdom. So sasamahan pa po tayo sa pangalawang bahagi po ng ating One You Connect special coverage ngayong lockdown. Si Ruby ay makakasama pa po natin, pero si Conjen ay bibigyan na po natin ng pagkakataon to spend his Sunday with his family at sa celebration din po ng International Migrants Day. So huwag po kayong bibitaw, babalik po kami. Meron lang tayong konting teaser. So nagbabalik po tayo sa One You Connect. Patuloy pa rin po ang ating talakayan. Kasama pa rin po natin ang nurse na si Ruby na nagbahagi po ng kanyang karanasan ngayong pandemic, ang kanyang challenges dahil siya nga po ay shielding dahil meron siyang leukemia. So mamaya, Ruby, makakakuha ka rin siguro ng advice mula sa ating solicitor na si Crystal Diaz. Pero sasamahan pa rin tayo ng isa nating panauhin ngayong hapon para bigyan pang linaw ang issue at itong mga hinaing ng ating mga kababayan na nasa frontline. Isang veteranang nurse din po siya. Nagtrabaho siya sa National Health Service at lumipat sa private sector, sa nursing home at aalamin natin kung bumalik na siya uli kasi ang alam ko nung nanawagan ang National Health Service ng mga volunteers at yung mga nurse na babalik sa NHS ay isa siya sa nagrespondi doon at nagbigay siya ng 2 araw ng kanyang linggo sa bawat linggo para magtrabaho sa NHS. So, ang ating pong makakasama ngayon for the discussion, si Francis Michael Fernando. Siya po ay member of the Chief Nursing Officer or CNO of the BAME Strategic Advisory Group since 2001. So, Francis Michael Fernando, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Francis, are you there? Magandang hapon, Francis. Wala kayong audio. Hi, Francis. Ay, nako.
Walang audio.
Yes, wala siyang audio. Wala pa, hindi ka namin marinig. Maybe we can try it again. Chad, shall we try again si Francis na mag-connect? In the meantime, shall we greet our viewers habang inaayos po yung sound ni Francis? So, ano yung mga mensahe na pinaparating ng ating mga nakatutok na kababayan mula sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Europa at Pilipinas, Middle East, at kung saan pang bahagi ng mundo? Malalaman natin yan sa mga comment nila. Go ahead, Jean. You have some greetings there.
Okay. Actually, meron tayong viewer na si Joyce Takahashi na nanonood from Japan.
Hi, Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
Salamat sa pagtutok mo, Joyce, ha?
At nandyan din ang ating kaibigan na si Neil Cabornaitiero mula sa Russia.
Hi, Neil. At ang isa pang Neil na nanonood kanina, si Neil, ang kaibigan natin na nag-celebrate ng 70th birthday, Neil Medina.
Oh, Neil Medina from London.
Oo, nandyan siya. Nakita ko rin kanina nag-wave yung dito. Okay. Another one? Si Allen. Alam ko si Allen is from Ireland. Paki-push nga natin yan, Chad, yung message ni Allen.
Yes, Allen is a veteran trade union activist and I believe an officer. So he knows a lot about employment issues relating to Filipinos. So
Okay, so Alan said, anyone having problems in nursing homes, email me. Ayan po yung email niya, unison20048@aol.com. Pati yung telepono ni Alan, binigay naman, napaka-generous naman ni Alan. Binigay ang kanyang telepono. Kuya Alan ng Unison. So there you go, Alan. Salamat sa pagtutok mo sa One You Connect.
at may dalawa tayong kaibigan, si Vilma Masilungan. Ewan ko may pakita ni Chad. Ayan, embassy should tell sa appointments kanina. I think ang sagot natin dito kasi wala na si Conjen is to check the Philippine Embassy website dahil nakalagay doon ang lahat ng requirements. Okay,
Yes.
at nandyan din si Emmy Angeles. Meron din siyang isang question, Chad, tungkol sa isang British citizen na bata na hindi makakuha ng, hindi yan, yung may tanong galing sa isang kabayan, bakit hindi makakuha ang isang British citizen na bata ng child benefit? Ayon sa HMRC, dahil daw may immigration control ang magulang kaya hindi entitled. So, Crystal, is that something you can respond to?
Crystal,
So
if there is an immigration case, is that what it is, Jean?
So
ang
basically,
magulang?
the parents are not yet resident and they want to give child benefit to a British citizen child. So,
yes. You know, when you actually granted your visa, you will find on your biometric residence card that there is a condition on it saying no recourse to public funds or no public funds. So you won't be able to claim child benefits. Now, if you actually have any exceptional circumstances, in this case, you have lost your job, for example, then you may apply to the Home Office to have that removed. So it's called the change of condition application. In fact, we touched on this one, diba, last week sa ano natin, sa segment natin. So if you are actually in this financial situation now, you can't earn any money at all, no salary, no pay, nothing at all, then you should contact the Home Office, make the application. It's actually free of charge as well. So once you have that removed from your visa, then you will get a new biometric residence card. Then you can make an application for child benefit.
Crystal, I have a question there because Jean is mentioning about a child who's British citizen. Can that child not get government support because he's British anyway?
Well, that's a good question, actually. But it has to be the money would have to be put on the parents' account. So it is them who's making the claim, not the child, technically. So I would say, though, just to be clear on that, I would contact the local authority and just get more information about that. But that's a good point that you've raised, Rose.
si Emmy. Actually, just to add to that, no, marami kasing cases na ganito and a lot of them do get child benefit for their children. So, kailangan lang i-explore natin kung nasaan yung blockade. And as Crystal said, pwede naman tanggalin yung recourse to public funds. But so siguro kung pwedeng kumontak sa atin yung kaibigan ni Emmy, then we could advise later on.
Yes, and also shout out to Montelibano family na nanunood po sa Pilipinas. Yan ang pamilya ng ating masipag na associate producer, Jay Montelibano MacLeod. O ayan, Jay ha, hindi ko yan nakalimutan. And maybe at this point we can now have si Francis Michael Fernando. Can we have him now, Chad? Kasi nahihirapan siyang makakonect. There you go, Francis Michael Fernando. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I think he
wala-
can hear us, but we can't hear him.
But we can't hear you. Shall we try again? Maybe Francis, if you try
The
to connect,
speaker.
yeah, don't use your earphones. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon.
There you go.
Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Good.
Magandang
Yeah.
hapon, Michael. Francis Michael. Dalawa yung pangalan niya. Sometimes I call him Michael, sometimes I call him Francis. But today for
And Crystal, good afternoon. Thank you for having me here at One EU Konek. Thank you.
yes, salamat din for joining us. So, we still have this afternoon si Ruby. Kasama pa rin natin siya. Ito po yung nagbigay ng kanyang experience na nurse na nag-shield dahil siya ay may leukemia. And then, pagtatalakayin pa rin natin kung ano, Francis, yung mga issue na dinala ninyo o napag-usapan sa Royal College of Nursing. Ang Royal College of Nursing po, ang pinakamalaking union ng nursing sa UK. Tama ba, Francis?
That's correct, Rose. That's correct. Royal College of Nursing is the largest nursing professional group and union in the UK and in the world, with more than 100,000 members. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So, Jean and Crystal, fire your question to Francis dahil medyo naantala bago siya naka-join o nakasama sa atin. Jean?
Sige. So, Francis, question ko lang, no, dahil itong issue ng BAME or British and Minority Ethnic staff in the NHS or generally in British society, parang disadvantage yata tayo. So ano yung conclusions ninyo sa mga meetings niyo with RCN and ano yung mga gagawin para ma-resolve itong issues tungkol sa mga ethnic minorities?
I think it's Black Asian Minority Ethnic Group. Tama po ba? Yes. Okay, go ahead, Francis.
First and foremost, I haven't had any meetings with Royal College of Nursing. So what we do in the CNO advisory group is we liaise with the Chief Nursing Officer and her team. So at the moment, the Chief Nursing Officer is called Ruth May. So we regularly have conversations with her on how to take the BAMI agenda forward, not only in the NHS, but also in the rest of the UK or in social care and private care sector. So the first one that we have discussed with Ruth May and her team, the report from public health, high proportion of Black and Asian minority ethnic people who are dying from COVID-19, and at the back of that, obviously, the high proportion of BAMI staff, both in the NHS and in social care. And we now know that there are more than 50 Filipino healthcare workers and social care workers who died due to COVID-19. So that's the first one, because in Public Health England's report by Professor Kevin Fenton, they haven't really given us any concrete recommendations on how to prevent more deaths of our colleagues, not only the BAMI population, but most importantly, those working in the NHS who are more at risks. So that's the first one. The second one, we have also liaised with Ruth May with regards to the specific issues that the Filipino nurses are having, not only in the NHS, but in the social care and private care sector, specifically the nursing home and the care sector. So specific issues were discussed. Among them were like what Ruby has said, she's not being paid her Satori, she's only being paid her Satori sick pay. So that's one issue that we discussed as a group from the advisory group. The second one was the 150 nurses who are still stranded in the Philippines. So all UK NMC trained nurses who are still stranded. So we're getting help now from the CNO team to be able to help them go back to the UK to work as nurses, and also to help them with financial assistance, because at the moment most of them are on unpaid leave. So we will be having discussion with one of the CNO regional officers next week. And then the other one is the continued issues with risk assessment. So staff are telling us that the risk assessments whilst working in a COVID area or suspected COVID wards, some are not still being done. So it's not mandatory for NHS employers and NHS trust to do that, but it's a good practice. So at the moment, we are having dialogue with the CNO to ensure that this is made mandatory. So mandatory means no, it has to be done, and we've got no choice. So we know from evidence and research that Black and Asian minority ethnic staff are more at risk of contracting COVID-19, and they're more likely to die when they contract COVID-19. So risk assessments are very important. And at the back of that, you already mentioned about the shielding, which could be one of the actions as a result of the risk assessment. So unfortunately, staff are telling us that they're still not being constantly and consistently carried out, even for those who are working in the COVID-19 ward, so which is quite scary. And then the last one, we have had recent appointment from our Filipino communities in Jenny Cagiao, who is now appointed as the Chief Nursing Officer, Black and Asian Minority Ethnic Advisor for COVID-19. So she's the first Filipino who got the job. She was appointed last week, so very good for her. So she's going to be working with the CNO strategic group and with the Filipino communities across the UK to be able to push the agenda forward. But they have done very well. Actually, the government has done very well in assisting Filipinos. There are more to be done, though.
Excellent.
Rose?
Yes, bago tayo patuloy, gusto ko lang bigyan ng acknowledgement. Yun pong sketches na nakikita ninyo habang nagsasalita si Francis ay sketches
Rose, I
po
cannot hear
yan.
you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Wait a second. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hello? Yes, can you hear me? Can Crystal, Jean, and Ruby,
I
can
can
you
hear
hear me?
you,
Rose?
but
Hello.
Hello?
hindi natin marinig.
We can hear him, but
We can't hear you, Francis. What I was saying is that yung pong sketches na nakikita ninyo while si Francis ay nagsasalita, yun po ay sketch ng isang nurse na nakabasa sa Middle East na si Jonathan Husayan. So, salamat sa iyo sa mga sketches na ginawa ninyo. Nagpapasalamat kami dahil doon sa effort ninyo na pag-sketch doon po sa mga frontliner natin na namatay dahil sa COVID-19. Francis, hindi ka namin marinig. We can't hear you, but
no, it's the other way around, Rose. He can't hear him.
We can hear him.
Hello, Rose, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I cannot hear Rose.
Okay, maybe Jean and Crystal, you ask him para kung hindi niya ako marinig, it's going to be difficult. Go ahead.
Sige, we interpret it.
And the
Crystal.
question you have to ask
See,
the
I
question
was
that Rose is asking.
Yes.
Maybe you can type on the private chat.
But Jean, go ahead.
then-
Please ask, kayo muna mauna magtanong. I can message him later.
Sige.
Okay. I was saying, Francis, thank you very much for the information you've given us. Actually, it's a big help, and it's one of those things I was going to raise later on. You mentioned about the COVID-19 risk assessment. I'm a solicitor, and the Law Society gives us a template. But do you think is there a template for care homes and hospital? Setting out the risk and the consequence and mitigation, things like that would assist the employers and the employees.
Yes, so that's a valid question, Crystal. There are templates for risk assessment. So the best ones are the one that has been devised and developed by NHS employers and also NHS England and Improvement. So they are now being widely distributed to all the NHS trusts in the country. With regards to the social care and private care sector, they have individual risk assessment forms or templates that they could use, but they are welcome to use the NHS England one and the NHS Improvement one and the NHS Employers one. So the reason I said these two examples of risk assessments are very good, they are constructed by experts in NHS England and NHS Improvement, and also with input from NHS employers. So and they have been recommended by many NHS trusts now, and they are specifically for Black and Asian and minority ethnic staff working in COVID areas or suspected COVID areas. The problem now is how can we roll this out nationally? So that's the main problem. But there are templates out there, Crystal.
That is brilliant. Thank you very much. I'd like to, and I wanted to hear, and that would actually benefit Ruby, who's with us at the moment, because
Yes.
what you don't want to happen is to fall out with your employer, take the case to the employment tribunal. That would cost money, and it would take time. And you don't really want to go through that. This COVID-19 risk assessment, it's there for both employers and employees, so that you can work together during the pandemic.
Yes, that's correct, Crystal. Yes, yeah. So the only problem or caveat to that is we need to empower our nurses or frontline workers, Filipino healthcare workers, to actually discuss and demand these risk assessments to be done, because unfortunately it's part of our culture. We don't ask, and we don't tend to be assertive in asking for these risk assessments to be done. They are there to protect us, and most importantly, we should have actions at the end of it. So whether you will be shielded, as in the case of Ruby, for 3 months, you are redeployed to non-patient facing roles, or you will be working from home. So those are the 3 possible actions that can come out. Or actually, you are in a low risk and you could continue to work in COVID areas, provided that you are fully protected with the WHO standard PPEs.
Okay.
That's it. Brilliant. Thank you.
Can I also ask you, Francis and Ruby, no? Kasi you mentioned this thing about Filipino culture. Now,
Crystal, I cannot hear Jane for some reason.
Oh
I can
no!
only hear you.
You can only hear me.
sige.
I can only hear you.
One by one.
Sige. So let me ask, in this case, Ruby. Ruby,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes po.
Sige. So yung sinasabi ni Francis na culture ng Pinoy, no? So obviously in your case, nakita ko na matapang ka, actually lumaban ka at nag-raise ka ng issues sa employers mo, no? Pero tayo ba talaga mga Pinoy ay...
Sorry, Crystal, I couldn't hear Jean or Rose.
Sige, okay lang. Kinakausap ko lang si Ruby.
Yeah, Francis, JP is talking to Ruby at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so Ruby, tayo ba mga Pinoy ay hindi kayang basta makipag-usap sa manager, lalo na kung hindi pa permanent resident o hindi pa settled o hindi pa British? Ano ba yung kinakatakutan ng ating mga kababayan na hindi nila ma-express, hindi sila maging assertive sa workplace?
I think the tendency po kasi yung mga Filipinos na nurses are sponsored. So they are under sponsorship visa. So they are scared to voice out kung ano man yung views nila and opinions to their employers, because they get scared na baka hindi ma-renew ang visa nila. But in my case, kasi dependent visa po, I think I have the guts na magreklamo kasi hindi naman sila gumastos para sa akin para pumasok dito sa UK. Although yung sponsorship na ginamit is, yung visa na ginamit is under my husband na, under the employer. Then, parang natatakot lang siguro mag-voice out kasi ayaw na, maybe either intimidated sila sa employer nila or takot lang sila na mapag-initan. Parang ganyan po ang mentality kasi ng Pilipino. Or the other, may isa pa na siguro nahihiya lang mag-voice out. Kasi ang Pinoy tendency na nagre-reklamo siya but hindi na re-raise yung concern sa tao na dapat ikakausapin or to the person na talagang dapat niyang erase yung concern. More on sa colleagues niya lang sinasabi yung concern niya kasi takot siyang baka mapag-initan. Ganun po.
Okay, so palagay mo, anong kailangan natin para mabago yung ganong approach? Okay, siyempre takot sa sa maaring mangyari, but ang mga tao naman dito ay protektado ng employment laws, ng mga batas ng UK sa employment, no? Sa palagay mo ba kailangan natin ng training on cross-cultural communication para ma-express natin yung sarili natin sa mga colleagues or managers at a level na pareho kayo kahit na ba manager mo siya?
I think that would help po. And then the other way is dapat alam ng Pinoy or any other workers, alam niya dapat ang rights niya. Kasi kung alam niya yung rights niya, eh, hindi siya matatakot na kung ano man yung gusto niyang ano na concern. Kasi if we know little, konti lang yung alam natin, yung mas takot tayong magsabi. So I think it's also effective na yung mga nurses na dinideploy or any workers na dinideploy to, papuntang UK, they also have a background on the UK rights regarding the working conditions and etc. Ganun po.
Okay.
Great.
Rose?
Yes, well, having said that, Ruby, I think Crystal has prepared something on employment. Correct, Crystal? Meron
Yes,
ka
a short one, yes.
a short one on employment, kasi kung nasa posisyon po kayo o nasa kalagayan kayo ni Ruby na shielding, mayroon po siyang sakit, pero gusto niya rin magreklamo, ano ang mga pwedeng gawin? So there you go. Nandito po ang ating in-house solicitor to give us a little bit of enlightenment on that aspect.
Okay, so thank you, Rose. This is for Ruby and also to other frontliners working sa care homes and in general as well. So please take note because this might come in handy. So Chad, you have my slide there.
Oh, the next one. No, not that one.
That's not mine.
That's not the one. There you go. Thank you.
No, that's not.
No, sorry. The next one, Chad.
It's a very short one.
No. There you go. Anyways.
Okay, so
yes, go ahead, Crystal.
I'll just start off then until Chad finds the slide. But basically, employers should take socially responsible decisions and listen to the concerns of their staff. So Ruby, in your case, your employer should really assess your situation. They should really listen to your needs and what you're actually your issues that you have. Employers and employees should come to a pragmatic agreement, basically a practical solution, a sensible solution about their working arrangements, because that would help you and your employer as well. If individuals need advice, they should approach ACAS. ACAS really good. Basically, they give impartial advice about work disputes. So you know that already, and that applies to everyone as well. You could find them online. Now, discrimination and unfair treatment. So basically, if you feel like you're being harassed or treated unfairly, for example, if an employee or worker is still being asked to go out to work and they believe they're at risk because they're in one of the vulnerable groups, it's important that they talk to their employer. So Ruby, what you should do is have a meeting with your employer, take down some notes, and then confirm in writing what you have discussed and send that to your employer. Now, if you cannot follow guidance on social distancing at work or during travel to work, you should tell your employer that they need to follow government advice and stay at home. So at this point, when actually Francis raised that, you need to ask if they have a COVID risk assessment that you can peruse and consider, because that's really, really helpful. But Francis said the problem at the moment is distributing out the template to everyone. Now, unfair treatment and dismissal. An employee or worker is protected by law against unfair treatment and dismissal if it's because of pregnancy, age, a health condition that's considered a disability under the Equality Act. It does not matter how long they worked for the employer. It means you don't have to be working for that employer for at least 2 years to claim for unfair dismissal. Now, it could be unlawful discrimination on the grounds of pregnancy, disability, or age if an employer either unreasonably tries to pressure someone to go to work or unreasonably discipline someone for not going to work. So that's basically something you might want to consider. I hope it doesn't go to the point where that they're going to dismiss you unfairly. You need to liaise with your employer, Ruby, about your current situation, especially in this pandemic. Yeah, they shouldn't be taking action against you at all. So that's my advice today.
Ruby, mayroon ka pa bang tanong? May karagdagang tanong ka pa ba kay Crystal?
Actually, I did approach my employer po through the HR. I told them if they have any compassionate ways or measures to help me, since I did not choose this situation not to be shielding for 12 weeks.
Mhm.
And they only replied that that's the guidelines. That's what the guidelines says in the coronavirus job retention scheme. So I do not qualify for furlough. And since we are working in a social care, we are unlike NHS. Kasi sa social care, we don't have a company sick pay. Unlike sa NHS, kapag nag-isolate sila, they are paid. But sa social care, it's a no work, no pay. Pero ngayon, we receive statutory sick pay na £95 a week. So I told
That's
also
good for 28 weeks, right?
I'm sorry?
It's for 28 weeks. You get statutory sick pay of
Yes.
95.85 per week.
Yes, that's correct. And then I asked them if they can offer me I know it's impossible, but I told them if they can offer me job from home. And they said it's impossible to have any jobs from home because I'm working as a nurse. So I did all the measures. I did all my best to squeeze out any compassion left from my employer. But unfortunately, they are quite less concerned of me because my husband is still working. So I don't think they're really concerned of my financial security or my financial status because I still have someone who is helping me paying the bills. So that's the case.
See, even if you're in furlough, Ruby, your employers can still make you redundant. That's the thing. So, it's something that you really have to discuss with a union and ACAS. ACAS, they're very good in giving advice and also see an employment lawyer. So if that's something you want to push forward.
Okay. Basahin ko lang yung mga message dito ng mga kababayan natin na nakatutok. Emmy Angeles, when you connect, think about it, these nurses are under a trust, and each trust usually has a Filipino community like what we have in our area. May mga veteran nurse sa mga trust na yan. Luckily sa area namin, they support the newcomers. But that doesn't cover problems within the trust or hospitals. So thank you, Emmy, for your comment. Tama yan. Kung mga bagong nurses po kayo, hanapin nyo yung Filipino community groups na pwedeng makatulong sa inyo. Pero related dyan ang message ni John Belmonte. Ayan, Filipino Unite is offering free advice and guidance to Filipinos here in the UK with regard to COVID-19, employment issues, cultural conflicts at work, pastoral care, professional growth and development, and in a way that can help our kababayans. Ayan po, si John Belmonte. Thank you, John, for your message. Si Ed David naman, this country is never short of employment rights. So our folks should know how to ensure they are correctly applied to their individual circumstances. Tama rin si Ed. Marami ka talagang pwedeng lapitan na grupo, yung mga employment rights groups na pwedeng makatulong sa inyo. Katulad ni Ruby, meron naman siyang nalapitan. So, at nandito rin ang ating in-house solicitor, Crystal, giving you an advice. Sino pa yung hindi natin nabanggit? Okay, that's it. I think may mga nabasa natin na greetings. Babatiin ko rin ang ating kaibigan na si Nelly Fami na nanunood ngayon. Thank you, Tita Nelly, for watching. Jean, do you have any more shout-outs bago tayo mag-proceed sa ating last segment?
Actually, Rose, again, itong si JJ Jimenez, no, meron siyang message.
Oo.
personal message is to be very careful, as there are people who take advantage of the situation, etc. Don't be a victim of fraud. So actually, tinakil natin to last week.
That's right. Yes, also. Yeah, that is very important.
It's very important that people go to the right groups. O kung hindi sila happy, lalo sila kung naloko sila, they must go to report the person or the organization to the relevant authorities. Kaya interested ako dun sa kinukwento ni Francis. No? Francis, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Hindi pa rin. Kasi si Francis, I understand, is an officer of the Filipino Nurses Association. And it's not a fully formed association at the moment, as far as I know. But there are also other groups that seem to be forming up. So there is one here which is Filipino Unite. I don't know what the state of that organization is. And before there was what's called the Philippine Nurses Association. So as far as I know, mukhang charity siya, but we haven't heard from them for a long time. Kaya hindi mo malaman sino ba talaga yung mga tao o organizations na talagang tumutulong at sino yung mapagkakatiwalaan. So basta ang to echo what JJ said, be careful of being defrauded. Kung makita nyo na medyo may kaunti ng questions, then you need to do something different. Rose.
Jean, siguro maganda ring i-consider kasi mayroon din namang mga accredited organizations yung Philippine Embassy. So kung maganda rin kasi isang layer yon na makakapag-check ng organization o grupo na kinabibilangan ninyo. Yung Philippine Embassy po dito sa United Kingdom. Malalaman natin kung nandun sila, not just being in there in the list, but of course we know the community and we will know also kung lehitimo itong mga organisasyon na ito. And we're happy to share with you na maraming organisasyon, kahit nga po hindi related dun sa nursing or sa medical sector, na tumutulong sa ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemya. So, on that note, can we have a break and then let's go back on to wrap up our show para sa ating last segment. So stay with us, Francis and Ruby, samahan nyo kami para sa huling bahagi. Konting oras na lang po ito at magtatapos na tayo. We will be answering some of your questions. So we're back. Ang iksi naman ng teaser na yon ng advert natin, Chad. Medyo sa susunod, habaan natin ng konti para magkaroon tayo ng medyo mahaba-habang break. Pero gusto ko rin for
just
the...
to let you know,
yes,
sorry dear, just to let you know, I've got exclusive right kay Francis because he's the only one I'm the only one he can hear. Unfortunately, Francis cannot hear Rose and Jean. How we doing, Francis? Ako lang na nadidinig niyo po.
Okay, so ikaw yung magtatanong sa kanya o magpapaliwanag sa kanya. But before that, we'd like to tell you na for the very first time po, ngayon din, nagkaroon kami ng simultaneous live sa YouTube. Kaya yung piniplay po namin na teaser, kung hindi pa po kayo nagpa-follow sa amin o sumusubaybay sa YouTube channel, nandun na rin po ang One You Connect. So like and subscribe. There you go. So, Crystal, do you have questions for Francis o kay Ruby? Naririnig mo ba ako?
Yes po.
Oh, naririnig mo. Oh, great.
Francis, you can hear me? Francis? But I can't hear you. I think there is problem where he is. So
Yeah,
you can't hear Jean and Bro. Oh, that's good. So you can hear me now better. Can you hear him, Rose?
I can hear him, yes.
Can you hear me, Francis?
Francis, can you hear Jean and Rose?
No, I can't.
Ako lang.
Oh, ikaw lang
So-
talaga. You're the
Yes.
last.
So I'm just gonna have a private conversation with Francis now.
Okay.
But so it's just unfortunate that this has happened. Pero it's just there's someone asking on One Year Connect Facebook comments, how can we get this risk assessment template? So if we could just expound on that, Francis, again, please.
Yeah, so the risk assessments template can be downloaded or adapted from the NHS England and NHS Improvement website. You can go in there and download the form and adapt it for your use, for the trust use, and also in the NHS Employers website. So the forms will be there. You can just visit the website. So you can download and adapt it for each individual's use. Yeah, so they're there. They're very well publicized, even on social media accounts like.
And Francis, the details of how and where we can contact you, yung mga kababayan natin who would like to reach out to you for help, how they can contact you.
Okay, so at the moment, as I said to Rose earlier, we haven't got the Filipino Nurses Association formed yet. So we are in the process of forming a professional nurses association group. But I can be contacted on my email address. I'm quite happy to give it to Rose and to both of you, Jean and Crystal. And also, there's also as my colleagues have said, Filipino Unite, they can also be contacted because they're also a group of Filipino leaders, not only in the NHS, but in the private sector, so they could also help. But watch this space. I'm quite happy to give my email address now, which is francisfernando674@gmail.com.
Okay, can you write that down on our comments box so that people can see as well for later? Now, just one more question, Francis. What would be your message to all our key workers, frontliners? A lot of people saying because we're tolerant, we're actually just letting things by. It's a workplace. So, what would be your message?
So my first message is thank you very much to all the frontliners there, Filipinos and otherwise, especially the Black and Asian minority ethnic group. We know that we are at higher risk of contracting the virus, and if we do contract the virus, there are high risk of us dying from the virus than our white counterparts. So thank you for what you are all doing at the moment for our patients and for working in the NHS and working here in the UK. Secondly, you're not alone in this battle, so there's always help available. So as Conjen said earlier, you must be part of a union, either with RCN, Unison, or any other labor union. Thirdly, contact your own Filipino groups in the trust that you are working. There are Filipino groups there, and the BAMI network in that particular NHS trust, they could also provide you with help. Filipino Unite is now available, as my colleagues have said on the chats earlier. My email address is there. We also have the Chief Nursing Officers Advisory Group for Black and Asian Minority Ethnic. Felicia Kwaku is leading on that one, so we constantly have a dialogue with the Chief Nursing Officer. And lastly, there are bereavement helpline and helpline for those who are struggling emotionally and spiritually, launched by NHS England with the help from the Hospice UK. So they can be contacted 24 hours a day. There are Filipino bereavement officers there and counselors who could help families going through bereavement. So, that's all I can say for now, Crystal. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that useful information. So, Rose?
Yes, I just want to ask kasi si Ruby, kanina pa natin kasama dito, but I really haven't asked you, Ruby, how are you now? You have leukemia, you're shielding. Kumusta rin yung asawa mo? Kasi ang alam ko ang asawa mo ay frontliner din.
As of the moment, okay lang po. Nandito lang sa bahay. I'm finding ways to earn income. I'm doing an online marketing. And my husband is currently working po. Bumalik na po siya sa work after isolating because he tested positive for COVID-19. At ngayon, actively working na po siya sa back to nursing home.
So ikaw ba ang nag-alaga sa kanya while he was ill?
Yes, it's so ironic. Ako yung shielding, but he was the one who contracted the COVID-19. And I have no choice. I don't want to leave him alone at home. And may 2 rooms naman kami. So he just isolated in his own room. I was serving him the food. And ako po nag-alaga sa kanya while recovering from COVID-19.
Oh, so mag-okay na siya.
I have a question for Ruby, actually. Are you undertaking some sort of chemotherapy or any treatment at the moment?
Yes, I'm having oral chemotherapy tablets po.
Okay. Well, look after yourself.
Thank you po.
Salamat, Ruby, for joining us this afternoon. Ang haba ng usapan natin dito, ng talakayan natin dito. Panghuling tanong ko sa iyo, kumusta yung reputasyon dyan sa pinagtatrabahuhan mo na private care home, doon sa TLC or Tender Loving Care na mga kababayan natin na may magandang reputasyon sa pag-aalaga ng mga pasyente?
I'm proud to say po na in my workplace, although we are only few Filipinos na nurses, I think we did our best to share out our skills as a nurse. And I think na-appreciate naman po ng employers namin how we are doing because Filipinos are very resistant sa mga stress. We are hardworking people, not only hardworking but also we are passionate with our craft. And I think na-appreciate naman po ng mga residents namin at the nursing home. The only thing, to be honest, is kami sa social care setting, I think we are the less priority of the government. Kaya it was too late for the nursing home na ma-provide ng mass COVID testing. So, doon po nagsimula ang problem. Kung early po na bigyan ng attention ang mga social care settings, mga workplace na social care, sana po napigilan po yung nagkaroon ng mga maraming staff na nagka-positive sa COVID as well as with the residents.
Okay. Thank you, Ruby, for bringing that up. I think in the future, itong issue na ito tungkol din sa social care, pati yung mga benepisyo, pati yung huling pagbibigay ng pansin ng gobyerno, tatalakayin natin yan sa mga susunod na episode ng One You Connect. So, para po bigyan din natin ng pansin at matutukan natin, mahimayin natin yung problema ng mga kababayan natin sa social care. Kasi marami din tayong panahon na naitutok sa mga nurses na nagtatrabaho sa National Health Service. Jean, ano ang gusto mong idagdag, Jean? Anything else?
I prepared some a few slides to update our kababayans on how to claim the 60,000 pounds na ipinramis nila sa noong April. Kapag ikaw ay nabiktima ng COVID, ikaw ay taga-NHS o social care, pwede kang mag-claim ng 60,000. So, shall I just launch into that?
Yes, pwede siguro or
kahit mabilis lang.
kahit
para
mabilis
alam ng,
lang. Okay. Do we have it, Chad?
Chad?
No,
Hindi
not
yan.
that one. Hindi yan. Baka hindi yata niya na-load
Sige,
kanina.
tingnan ko kung may i-share ko sa screen, ha?
Okay, yes. Pero bago yan, Chad, yes, go ahead. Can we read, Crystal, some of the messages here habang naghahanda si Jean? Ano pa yung mga hindi natin? Shout out sa mga yes. Shout out sa mga nakikinig sa atin at nanunood. David, Ruby, get well soon. Ayan, Ruby, may mga well-wishers din sa'yo, mga kababayan natin. At saka kay Francis, yung exact link or email na ibigay mo na, no? Nandiyan na lumabas kanina. Okay, magandang may segment din kayo. Ito si Emmy Angeles, active siya sa pag-comment. Magandang may segment din kayo, ma-interview ang charity group ng mga Filipino dito sa UK. What they can do and how they help. Sige po, we'll consider that. Kasi may magandang storya din yung kababayan natin sa Ireland. We will try to get them at saka mga grupo ng Pinoy paano sila tumutulong. Thank you, Emmy, sa mga comments mo. Marami-raming comments si Emmy ngayon. Very useful.
How are you, Francis? Can you hear Rose still?
No,
Nothing?
I can't hear Rosie. No, I
Okay.
can hear you, Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, shall we proceed now to the last part of our segment, which is Jean will just give us an overview on how to access that 60,000 pounds para po doon sa mga frontliner natin na nasawi dahil sa COVID-19 at unfortunately, hindi po kasama dyan yung mga nasa social care. So, maganda talaga na talakayin natin yung aspeto naman ng nurses at saka mga kababayan natin na nasa social care. Go ahead, Jean.
Okay. So, hindi ata So, hindi ko ma-share. Anyway, so basahin ko na lang siya, no? So, just to repeat, nung April 2020, ang gobyerno ay nag-announce na magkakaroon ng 60,000 lump sum ang isang member of staff na namatay dahil sa COVID-19. Kaya lang, restricted ito sa mga empleyado ng NHS at social care na funded ng NHS o ng government. Kasama dyan local councils. No? Pero nakita ko po sa guidance na kung kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa isang care home o organization na nagsusupport ng delivery ng NHS services, outsource sila or subcontracted, pwede rin po kayo mag-claim. Kaya wag pong, basta mag-claim po kayo kung meron kayong kamag-anak na namatay dahil sa COVID. Okay? So kahit po sila ay full-time o part-time, permanent or temporary, agency workers or locum, kahit ay sila ay retired staff na bumalik lang dahil nga sa COVID, o kahit sila ay estudyante na isinabak sa frontline. Okay, yung pong 60,000 ay ibibigay nila, ibabayad nila sa estate ng namatay. Okay, meron pong 20-page application form na ilalagay ko na lamang po sa Facebook page namin para ma-access ninyo. Kailangan po yung pilapan ng isang personal representative, kamag-anak, or legal representative. So, halimbawa ay solicitor. Ngayon po, kailangan dyan sa form na yan, ang mga detalye na namatay siyempre, ang detalye ng nag-claim, detalye ng employment, ano yung kinamatay, at saan babayaran. At of course, kailangan po submit in death certificate at patunay na kayo ay binigyan ng probate. Okay? So, yan pong form na yan ay kailangan ding i-certify ng employer ng namatay. At yung employer mismo ang magsasubmit niyan sa gobyerno. So, hopefully, pagka po nagawa nyo na yan, dapat babayaran na ng government ang bangko ng representative. Okay, yun lamang po. So i-publish po namin sa aming Facebook page para masundan ninyo kung ano yung dapat gawin. Rose?
Thank you, Jean. At siguro pwede rin nating ulitin yan sa pagtatalakay natin tungkol naman doon sa kalagayan ng mga kababayan natin na nagtatrabaho sa social care. Tumutok tayo sa social care kasi madalas nakatutok tayo sa mga nurses sa NHS. Although si Ruby ay nagtatrabaho po siya sa private care home at hindi sa NHS. Tama, Ruby?
Yes po.
Okay. Well, naubos na po yung oras natin ngayong hapon. It just, went by so quickly dahil yung mga guests natin ay napaka-engaging nung kanilang mga binigay na insight. Crystal, you were saying something.
Yeah, well, basically, I don't know, but is Francis still on? Because he wants to add something about risk assessment and campaign. He is campaign, and he's got a message from Channel 4 News reporter. Her question to Sekmat Secretary Matt Hancock. Is he still on, Chad?
Is he on? Can we give him, yung parting words niya very quickly lang? Very
Hello, Francis.
yes.
Yeah, you're on now.
Hi.
So, hi, Francis. You're on now, so you can add your comment about a risk assessment and other things you want to raise.
Yes, thank you very much, Crystal. I'm sorry I couldn't hear Rose and Jean. Basically, as I said earlier, risk assessments are not mandatory at the moment. So a Channel 4 reporter has just contacted me saying she put out this question to Secretary Matt Hancock. And at the moment, it's only 60%, approximately 60% of NHS trusts in the UK are conducting risk assessments for Black and Asian minority ethnic staff who are exposed to COVID-19 patients. So 40%, if you think about it, 40% are not doing it. They're not mandated. So this is one of the calls for actions for NHS England through the CNO advisory group. The second one is there is this group of Bianca Morris, who is half British, half Filipina. They're doing a Balik Bayani campaign to raise money around 1 million pesos or 20,000 pounds for the deceased families and our fallen comrades. The deadline for the campaign to raise the money is on the 12th of June, which is our Philippine Independence Day. So far, we've raised around nearly 19,000 pounds. So there's a week or less than a week to go. So we've got more. We've got a couple of more days to go to raise and meet that 20,000 pounds. They're doing it for charity and on behalf of our bereaved families here in the UK. So thank you, Crystal.
No worries. That's amazing. You raised 19,000 pounds already. So you're nearly hitting the target there. So thank you very much, Francis, for all the information. I'm sure it's very useful information, especially about the risk assessment for NHS hospitals and care homes. So over to you, Rose.
Well, Ruby, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Maybe your parting message before we let you go.
My message po sa lahat ng frontliners, especially the Filipinos, to have the strength and courage to voice out anything that they are concerned, because we are not here only to work and slave ourselves, but we also have rights for us, rights na kailangan nating i-protect. That's our human rights, because we're not here only to be paid as nurses, but we are also humans, and we're not hindi tayo invincible na we can't contract this COVID-19. And I am personally thanking Sir Francis Fernando for personally lobbying my case to RCN, and because they helped me, the RCN Southeast sector, they have looked into my case. And then I would also like to thank Cabal Nurses Trust and the RCN Foundation who have helped me. And I'm praying for all the frontliners, the Filipino frontliners who are working very hard, not only in the NHS, but also in the social care sector too. I'm praying for their protection and their health. I'm also part of the team, but unfortunately I'm shielding. I'm a very independent woman, but at this moment I'm shielding. I don't have a choice. So thank you very much for hearing me today.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Ruby, for joining us this afternoon. Malaking tulong yung mga binahagi mo sa amin. Francis, maraming salamat for joining us this afternoon also. Yung mga binahagi mo sa amin, malaking tulong din. Especially yung pag-link mo sa amin kay Ruby na nagbigay ng kanyang karanasan bilang nurse. At ang ating in-house solicitor naman ay nakapagbigay rin ng payo. Jean and Crystal?
Okay, so maraming salamat po sa pagdalo nyo sa amin dito ngayong hapon. Ang payo ko lang po, lalo na sa katulad na sinabi ni Ruby, kung kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa mapanganib na sitwasyon ngayon sa hospital man o clinic or care home, kailangan po assertive kayo. Dahil kung sasabihin nyo ang niloloob nyo, basta nasa tama po kayo, dapat okay lang yon. At maraming salamat po kung merong mga namatay, kahit hindi po sila NHS, kahit sa care home, kapag po yung care home nyo ay napatunayan na nagbibigay pala ng services, contracted sila ng NHS, baka po makaklaim din kayo ng 60,000. Anyway, hanggang sa muli po, ingat po kayo.
Crystal?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Gina said. If you have anything that you're worried about at work, please contact the support groups and take legal advice, because then you will know your position at work. That's it for me.
Okay mga kababayan, maraming salamat po sa pagtutok nyo sa amin ng higit 1 oras. Nakasama po natin si Consul General Senen Mangalile mula po sa Philippine Embassy dito po sa London. Marami po siyang naibahagi sa atin at pwede po ninyong balikan yung panayam natin once matapos po tayo dito sa live. At as I said earlier, kauna-unahang pagkakataon na kapag live kasabay po simultaneously, may live din po tayo sa YouTube, kaya pwede nyo na rin po kaming i-follow sa YouTube. Sa mga susunod na linggo po, bantayan nyo ang One You Connect. Makakasama ko pa rin si Jean Alcantara at Crystal Diaz para po sa maiinit na issue na kinakaharap ng ating mga kababayan ngayong panahon ng pandemya. So maraming salamat po. Tutok kayo hanggang sa susunod na linggo ng One You Connect.